Yep.
I hit the button just after he said that, damn it.
I'm smart. I know how the game goes.
You're drinking smart water. I gotta raise
That's
this.
how I got so smart. I didn't have my headphones on yet. I also wasn't adjusted properly in my chair, and Johnny just starts recording. Ruins everything.
But it makes it funny and fun.
Welcome to the Chair Sound Podcast, where we just have the sounds of chairs moving and clearing throats.
Making fun of me.
I bet.
okay.
I bet actually, probably somebody would listen to that, like, white noise or ASMR or whatever the hell they call it.
Wouldn't surprise me. I feel bad for him, though. That sounds boring as hell.
Well, I used to use the the white noise, like the sounds of a background office. I would play it when I was working from home, and like my boss thought I was in the office. I would play the sound. So if he heard that, he was like, "Oh, are you in the office?" Yeah, totally. Can you hear it? Hear all these people?
My buddy has this little thing he sets his mouse on, and it moves the mouse around the screen all day. It's like most of the time he's just chilling in the living room watching TV. When he hears the alert go off for the computer, he'll go look at it, but otherwise the mouse just moves.
Really cool stories. But let's get to the beer.
Wait, don't turn the channel. You've tuned into High Gravity.
The show where we talk about beer, brewing, and bullshit.
Where the only thing we take seriously is the next round.
So grab a glass.
Fill it with something cold.
And enjoy the show.
I am thirsty. I was looking at both of these here. Which one do you want first?
Let's go with the peanut butter one.
Yeah.
Good choice.
I'm normally not a fan of peanut butter because it always tastes like oily or powdery. So we'll see what
Yes.
this is.
I ate a bunch last night when I got home from drinking at my buddy's house, and it's not sitting well, so this is going to be... I imagine this to me...
Hungry? Eat 7 spoonfuls of peanut butter. You definitely won't regret 7 spoonfuls of peanut butter.
Does it actually say that, or are you pulling that out your ass?
I pulled that out of my ass.
I love it.
It's a meme.
You're not supposed to put peanut butter on your ass.
Don't you tell me how to live my life.
Whoa, we're getting into the after show here.
So like Darrell was saying, peanut butter, huh? It's Maple Peanut Butter Unflown Pleasures is the name of this one from Icarus Brewing.
Interesting.
It's a Russian Imperial Stout with maple syrup, peanut butter, coconut, and vanilla. 11% alcohol by volume. Let's see, does it have anything fun on the can? Store cold, drink fresh. How old is this one? 1/3/24. So, okay, fresh enough.
Yeah.
It's a Russian Imperial Stout, though, but we've had bad luck with cans not aging
Yes.
very well. Oh, there we go. It's a double mashed Russian Imperial pastry stout brewed with UK Golden Promise, Maris Otter, debittered black malts, chocolate malt, and rye, finished on maple syrup from Red Leaf Hollow Farms, peanut butter, toasted coconut, and Madagascar vanilla beans. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about it. It's got kind of like what is the album cover that has that on it? I can't think of the band.
From a distance, it looks like what a
escaping
cutaway of Velcro looks like.
I mean, kind of. Let's give her a crack here. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's beautiful.
I don't know how I feel about the smell, like right from the can. But here, let me get a little bit better pour sound for everyone.
I'm pretty sure the pour sounds about the same every time.
Yep.
A little bit.
They do.
Like, the pour sound. All right, that's what we're waiting for.
Maybe some people might be. I mean,
That might be like our big signature one day is our pours.
Oh, that smells weird.
It's coconut.
it really,
I smell
Very
peanut butter
dominant
too in
coconut.
it.
really, I don't really get.
Me either.
And like a fruity essence.
I do kind of smell the coconut a little bit, but I'm kind of surprised at how little smell it has. Like I expected a lot more smell. It has not a lot of smell. It's very thick.
Yeah. Very syrupy. I get I still don't get peanut butter. I get like a maple, and I get heavy coconut
I'm
from the
with
nose to the taste. Like overwhelming.
Peanut butter's in the back end. It's an oil taste.
Yeah, very little peanut butter.
But it tastes like an oil taste.
It's so thick, you might as well be drinking oil, like motor oil. I mean, I don't hate it, but I wouldn't want to drink a whole lot of this.
No.
It's a little bit much, like with how thick it is, and
the smell and the taste don't match either.
Like
no,
this,
not really.
If you ate like some good ice cream and then chase it with this, would be good.
Huh. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't freeze. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing bad to say about it, but I really have nothing good to say about it either.
If it were a little colder, it might be a little better. Like this is, I think, one of those you gotta have ice cold.
Maybe it's better if you do the gargle test.
I will do it.
Please don't. You're gonna
Don't choke.
get it all over your mic and your laptop again.
I mean, just a little can. You should be fine.
I don't know why I'm self-conscious all of a sudden.
You should be.
Watching you.
Yeah, because you choke every time you do this. Awful.
Did it taste better?
No, somehow worse.
That's what you get. You get what you deserve. Yeah, I don't know.
But it is 11%.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm going to dump it or not drink it.
Oh no, I'd still kill
Well,
it.
yeah, we
but
know
I would kill
anything
it.
you kill it. Yes.
I was gonna say dump it in favor of something better, but
We only have one more for this episode.
there are 2 cans of it.
Yeah, but what if that one's worse?
Well,
Then Johnny's getting fucked up again.
yeah. Johnny gets to drink 2 cans of shit.
No, but I don't think it's bad. It's just a lot of flavors going
Yeah.
into this. That's what it is.
But none of them really
They don't complement each other.
No,
right, and they're not like
That-
anything special. Like they
that
really don't
coconut
stand
is
out.
so over dominant in this to me.
I don't even think it's that. I taste the coconut, but it's not that strong.
I don't know. I like the oiliness. I feel is like coconut oil.
It is really like
Yeah,
it's not thick like. I mean, it's kind of thick
like
like
maple
syrup, but it
syrup.
is more
Yeah.
like oil thick,
Thick like a beer can.
like a tuna can. It is. It's kind of like reminiscent of like if you were to like drink olive oil. Like it's almost got that kind of texture.
yeah, thin down. So like an extra virgin olive oil. Yeah.
I don't know.
But it is 11%.
You keep bringing that up. I think that's maybe
That's
it's
the only
most
thing it's got
redeeming
going
factor.
for it. Yeah.
If you have a particular thing for the number 11, this beer is for you.
Those of you at that company, it starts with 7. Start stocking it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I ordered one of these not knowing what it was and had it at the bar, like I wouldn't be like, oh, send this back. But
No.
I also wouldn't probably order a second one.
Definitely not. No.
But yeah, I think you might be onto
I've had
something though.
worse.
If it was a little colder, it might be
Yeah.
a skosh better.
I'd say that thickness kind of holds up a lot when they're cold. That just heavy flavor, condensed like that.
So do we know anything about the brewery?
No, I was kind of surprised that you don't have your little AI bot telling us about what the brewery
Should
is.
have grabbed it. But it's in Lakewood, New Jersey, so that probably explains it.
Your tablet? Jeez.
The tablet? Yeah, that's
How drunk did you get last night?
I don't know. He seemed relatively
I had
put
a
together.
buddy of mine.
I did not.
My one buddy woke up. He and his cousin went out drinking one night. They pulled me from another brewery to go drinking with them. I left, and then apparently all the fun started because they woke up in Grand Rapids in a stolen Beamer.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Did they get caught, or is that a story you shouldn't have just told?
Well, the other guy's no longer with us, so he was the one who actually did the.
And that was over 7
saving.
years ago, so they're good now.
Oh, good.
It was probably about that. So.
No, it was over 7 years ago, Johnny.
I got you.
I was there.
The other guy's dead, so.
Well, then
Rest in peace,
50%
Jimmy.
of them.
No, he returned it, but my buddy forgot his driver's license and had to go back the next day.
Hey, can I get my driver's license out of your car that I stole? And
no.
I brought it back.
No, he brought the car back, but his license was still in Grand Rapids.
Oh, I thought it was in the car.
No.
Busted.
I mean,
What's that show, Dumb Criminals?
I mean, really, aren't
I
all
forgot
criminals
about
kind
that
of dumb
show.
at a certain level?
That have been caught? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That we know of. So there has to be some smart ones out there.
We are all criminals in some way.
So the more I drink this one, the harder it's getting to like.
Yeah, I kind of just finished mine in one
Man,
last
I'll bomb
gulp.
that's what I did.
I was kind of hoping that like maybe having a little bit bigger drink of it instead of like the little sips, maybe it would taste better.
You could have lied to me and said yes, I could.
Yeah, dude, just slam
better?
it. It's so good. It's the best.
Just do it John style. Just down and gone. Yep.
Yeah, it was. It almost
Yeah,
kind
it
of had
didn't
like
help.
like a bitterness to it when you drink a lot. Like it almost had like a bitterness.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's like that oily coconut. That's all I get out of it. And it's stained the glasses too. That's
Yeah, I rinsed with some. You want
Yeah.
some water to rinse your glass?
I got one. I'm like, what's left in
What's
there?
water?
What goes? It's a beer ingredient.
Yeah,
Yeah, we shouldn't have any on the table.
for health reasons, I prefer my water filtered through a brewery.
Yeah.
Makes it safe.
What's left in that can?
It's just like maybe a swallow, honestly.
Uh-oh, here comes Johnny.
Well, I just want to get rid of it.
Get off of our table. I mean, definitely not the worst beer we've had though. You know,
It wasn't terrible, it's just the flavors don't mesh well together is what the problem with that one, I think, was.
Oh,
I think there'd be a lot of people that would enjoy that. I think there's a good cross section of dessert beer enjoyers that would probably be a pretty big fan of that. But I think you have better options out there.
Oh,
you know?
God,
So
yeah.
if you're going to New Jersey for this beer, don't.
No, I really hope I'm not disappointed with this one because this one just looks cool, sounds cool.
It is cool. The can art for it has like this skeleton in a tattered robe with this like giant mallet. It just looks badass. It's got a flag on it that I'm assuming is probably something to do with the brewery. But this is from Revolution Brewing, and the motif of the like their logo and everything kind of very much is like USSR hammer and sickle type design. It's just like a fist holding a grain over or a piece of wheat.
Wheat, yeah.
Yeah, over like a red star. But this one is called Death Star. DETH apostrophe STAR. So I'm assuming for copyright reasons it's called Death's Tar. But it is a stout aged in bourbon barrels, clocking in at 14.8% before they put it in the barrel, of course. Dark, rich, and barrel forward, it says. So, well, I mean, let's see if it's barrel forward. I like that they use the golden colored cans too.
that is fancy.
Like the top is gold instead of silver. It's very carbonated.
I like that.
I'm actually kind of surprised at how carbonated that is
Best I can to you there.
for being an imperial stout.
And it was filled 10-4 of 23.
Nice.
Oh, I can smell it from here. It's got a strong smell.
Thank you there.
Wow. The smell is definitely barrel forward, and
Damn.
It's 14.8%.
yeah,
Wow.
it smells sweet.
Very malty. I like it already. I haven't even tasted it.
A lot thinner than the last one.
Yeah. Ooh, you can really feel that alcohol in that too.
Yeah, that is like drinking a barrel.
Yeah. Do we have a guest?
You can't park there, mate.
What's the middle of the road?
Yeah, you're parked. It's a bad spot to park.
Squirrel.
Yep. Let me
Yeah,
jingle.
but this squirrel's entertaining.
Jingle the keys. Jingle the keys.
Keys. Yeah, that is pretty much like if you were like, hey, have you had barrel aged beer before? That would be this. Like,
Yeah.
it essentially just tastes entirely of barrel,
And alcohol.
and that's not a negative critique. It's not.
No, I like it.
It is boozy though.
Oh, yeah.
Not as boozy as I think you might expect for nearly 15%, but
But the nice thing is it's not thick. It doesn't taste like syrup.
Nope.
you know,
The alcohol's on the finish, on the very end of it.
Very much.
It's highly noticeable.
I'd say this is a win.
I would
I like
agree.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have it again.
it's still got a little bit of body to it, which is kind of nice, but it's not. Yeah, it's not like syrupy thick or oily thick like that last one.
And it doesn't have anything that stands out. It's just a good beer.
Yeah, this is just barrel aged stout. Yes. Yep.
Simple, but delicious.
We made our barrel aged stout taste absolutely like you'd expect it based on the description. And what were the three words they used? Dark, rich, and barrel forward.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Correct. Good job. Pardon.
Nice.
Pardon.
Definitely better than the peanut butter one.
Oh my god, yeah.
Which is a little disappointing because, like, that one had a lot of things in it that I was like, I like these things. That's fine. The can art on both of them is, like, super cool. But
I like this one better.
Yeah, me too. This gives me
engaging.
Three Floyds feels.
Yeah.
And, you know, their artwork is, you know, that dark
Amazing.
art.
This was Chicago?
Chicago. I've never been there.
To Chicago?
No, to Revolution. No, and I actually, I think I've only been to Chicago twice. I hated it both times.
I spent a good amount of time in the Homeland Security building down there, 17th floor. My dad
shouldn't have got arrested for trying to hop the border.
I didn't. We bought bookcases. My dad got on one of those government auction websites,
Oh, fun.
not realizing that most people don't know about them. So when you put a $5 bid on 32 bookcases, 2 tables, and 3 chairs, there's a high probability you're going to win it for $5. And then have to borrow a 26-foot enclosed trailer, drive to Chicago in a single cab truck with 3 people, go up to the 17th floor using a freight elevator.
I'll say, yeah, do they have a freight elevator? I'd imagine
Thank
they
God. Disassemble 16 of the bookcases
No
that are
disassemble.
7 foot tall.
Johnny Five Alive.
It was a long
Darrell.
day.
Thank you.
It was a long day.
I mean, you can't even get a foot-long sub anymore for $5. I think that sounds like a really good deal to me.
Oh, yeah, next time he wins it, I'll let you know. You can come help move. He stopped buying them, thankfully.
I'm gonna require compensation. My time is quite valuable.
Yeah.
I say that as I'm sitting here with you two dickheads. So I guess my time isn't all that valuable.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're very much welcome.
I'm just lost in the illusion that I have friends and do things.
Good for you. I feel like this kind of like went right to my head, like this beer.
Yes,
like,
it did.
like after like the first sip, like those
hasn't
vapors
kicked
went
in.
right up into my sinuses and hit my brain.
I mean, I guess a little bit, yeah. I don't taste the bite of the alcohol anymore. That's where it starts to get dangerous for me.
This beer is great.
It is.
It's like it almost like it gets you drunk instantly. This is like the cocaine of imperial
gateway.
stouts.
I should have had a bigger breakfast.
Yeah, I agree. I should have too.
Yeah.
We should order some breakfast and have it brought to us. Where's Assistant Aaron? Assistant Aaron's not here today. That's disappointing.
Did any of us invite him?
Assistant Aaron, please.
I forgot.
If you're listening to this, bring us breakfast. Oh, this isn't live, is it? Damn.
No.
He's going to show up in like 6 weeks with breakfast or something. Like, I brought you breakfast, guys. I heard your call. That would be pretty neat, though. I mean,
That would be
I won't complain about future breakfast.
No, I would love future breakfast.
Well, I wasn't, on the way here today, I wasn't feeling my best. I didn't sleep enough. And so I normally like order some breakfast on the way and pick it up from the little country spot down the road there. And it's just like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel very good. But, you know, it was like as soon as I got here and sat in my car, you know, my appetite just kicked in. And I really wish I would have ordered some food.
Oh, how much funnier that is if you're live.
One day we'll have videos in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we'll all go to jail.
Well, I mean, I told you, keep your shirt on.
I made the promise.
There's one rule. I haven't even had like a second sip of this yet. Like it's just I'm
mine's
sitting here
gone. This is
staring at
good.
it.
I like this one.
And this is the Deep Wood series. This is good.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that at all. That was really nice.
It's delicious.
There's still a little bit left in the can. I'm actually gonna.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming not much after this.
I'm gonna go in for one more little drink, and then Johnny, you can have the rest. Because
well, that's Darrell wants. I mean, we have another.
We have another can still. And we have plenty of time for this episode.
Oh yeah, we're only at 18 and
I mean, this is
46.
still the first one of the day, so we're not doing anything too stupid yet.
do I have I feel like I'm like stuck in a time loop. 18 fucking minutes. I feel like we've been here for like an hour drinking
right?
this beer.
It's just the other one was so bad, the passage of time slowed that much.
Well, you upgraded the RAM in the computer, so I think it's running so fast now. The time is looped back on itself.
Yeah, it was fun to find out doing an upgrade that I actually was working on less than half the memory I thought I had to begin with. So
Well, maybe that would explain a lot of the computer issues.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. It boots up faster. It's thinking a lot quicker.
Bigger number is better.
Oh, yeah.
And remember the 11% beer, Darrell?
Not anymore.
How it had 11%?
Not anymore.
This one has more.
14.8.
Which, of course, it's exactly 14.8 because when you age a beer in a barrel,
Doesn't change.
it never changes. It can't.
There's science to that, though.
Science. Math.
I wonder if I could
Formulas.
inject a Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Please don't.
on there.
Bill. Yeah, I like Bill.
It's
Good
just the
for
way
Bill.
he does science. I want to put the science is cool or whatever the hell it is he says.
Science rules.
Yeah.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Sure.
I know the whole Bill Nye science theme, by the way. I loved Bill Nye when I was like a kid, like 6 or 7 years old. Like whenever we had those, the school book fairs where you go and buy your Lamborghini poster and the Scholastic Book Fair.
I remember that rip-off crap.
I would always buy the books that were like the the science experiments and
My mom never. I bought a couple of those, but my mom never really let us do that. But she would go out and buy
that was a treat
the
for
value
us.
books and stuff. I remember going and looking and wanting a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
But,
like I would always end up with you have 75 cents and change left over, and you're like, oh, I'm going to buy this eraser and this really cool clicky pen. And
God, you remember the pens that had 4 different color ink strips coming out of them?
do I?
You still have them, don't you?
Oh my God, that's how I sign all of my checks.
Damn, you guys are old.
I've literally
know any
never
of
written a
this.
check in my entire life. That's because you were homeschooled, nerd.
I wasn't gonna say it. I didn't want to make.
I think you could have still went to the Scholastic School Fair bus, though. They had a van or truck that they drove around as well. I remember later
the
on.
white van with no windows. I don't.
Listen,
Get on in.
my memory of it is different, and that candy was weird, let me tell you. I've never had candy like that before, but it was... let's not go there. My therapist told me not to talk about this on the podcast, so...
Moving on. That got a little dark there for a minute, guys.
Speaking of dark, look at the color of this beer.
14.8%.
Darrell's contribution is only
Just numbers.
ABV.
I'm here to help and drink. I drink and I know things, right?
I was going to say help and drink. I would say not in that order, obviously. He's not very helpful until he has a drink. And then he's still not very helpful.
I got a buddy who's a welder. Dude's fucking terrible. You give him a couple drinks and he just starts stacking dimes. It's incredible.
Stacking dimes kind of sounds like a drug reference to me.
I know, and I'm realizing the circle. It's you take a roll of dimes, roll it over. That's how typical weld should look. So that's what the term comes from.
I don't know, man. I'm just a guy who drinks beer on a podcast. What the?
I don't know what that was.
It sounded like a disembodied voice coming from the void.
I think Dad started singing in the back.
Oh, good.
Do we have a mic on that?
I would say I have heard rumors that there's a video that exists somewhere that someone has Dad and Gary singing.
That there is.
Yeah, I've got one somewhere too.
Heard rumors about that.
I have one somewhere.
Oh, because I have it, but it's locked away, and it will never come out until their funeral. So that way I can't get in trouble.
Wait, their funeral? So are they dying together?
Yeah, I can't bring
in
it
a
out till they're
lover's
both
embrace. This is some Pompeii situation. We're going out together.
If one goes and I bring it out for that viewing, then the other one's gonna beat my ass. So I got to wait till they're both gone.
Oh yeah. So they're not dying together. Then you're saying it's not their.
I don't know
funeral.
what's gonna happen.
That's true. You're not a sidekick or whatever they call
When
them.
I start killing people off, they're half of our stories.
I'm a demigod.
That's a terrible reference to a story we can't tell.
Yep.
Remember, kids, some mushrooms make you feel silly.
Don't do drugs.
Should we be sure to insert some sort of Dare commercial here or something?
Here's to you, Mr. Tread Lightly OSHA Inspector. In a world where safety goggles are often mistaken for a fashion statement, you walk the job sites with the finesse of a ballet dancer and the precision of a Swiss watch. O clandestine clipboard carrier, while others dawdle with their morning brew, you're assessing emergency exits and triple-checking those harnesses. You're the hero of the high beam, the sage of the scaffold. We shudder to think where we'd be without your eagle eyes spotting that rogue extension cord hazardously lying in wait, counting lumens, inspecting electrical gear, and whispering sweet nothings to fire extinguishers. You're not just in it for the safety. You have a personal vendetta against trip hazards and unguarded machinery. Master of the safety manual, you quote regulations like love sonnets, turning potential OSHA violations into teachable moments with the finesse of a poet. With every checklist completion, you ensure our 10 fingers and toes make it home in the same condition they arrived in, barring any paper cuts from your infamous stacks of paperwork. Here's to you, Mr. Tread Lightly OSHA Inspector, for protecting our right to safely complain about wearing earplugs. Because without you, it wouldn't just be a hard hat area, it'd be a hard head one. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and keep making the world a less noisy place, one citation at a time.
Oh, speaking of...
Our poor listeners, like, what the hell is this?
I have a fun story about Dare. They're bringing it back, which I think is hilarious because all the research showed that it made people do more drugs.
Do you remember what it stands for?
Dicks are really excellent. I don't care, man.
Drug Abuse Resistance Education.
Yeah, that worked great for me, which segues into what I was going to say. So I was telling my wife that the Dare is coming back, and she's like, oh, you know what? I still have like my Dare shirt and like the medal I won from Dare. And I'm like, fucking great. I said, get them. And she went and found them. And so for...
You put her shirt on, didn't you?
Well, it's huge. It swims on me. It makes me look like a juggalo. Just a little touch of this one for me. I'm okay. Well, fuck me. I'll just half a glass. So for Halloween this year, I'm gonna shave the sides of my head and get a mullet, wear some pit vipers and a trucker hat.
Get a Bob Marley
with my Dare shirt and my Dare medal, and I'm gonna walk around with a blunt and baggies full of blue rock candy, hand out to people like. I'm a failed Dare kid. Here you go. Here you go. Anyone wants some math? Quote. Just blue rock candy.
Get Halls. No. Well, no, that would be considered
who the
medication.
Fuck everyone's going to suck on fucking Halls at my party. My entire party's going to smell like menthol. It's going to just be fucking awful. Like, no, blue rock candy, like Breaking Bad, I don't know. I was pretty excited about it when she showed me.
I finally finished the show, but I still haven't watched the movie yet.
Oh,
El Camino.
Yeah. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I did definitely.
It took so long for me to get through that show, though. It's so fucking slow.
I think after I've seen it 3 times. Like once, Kaylin and I watched it. Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said through the whole series 3 times?
Yep. Well, let me explain. The first time we watched it together, Kaylin and I watched it.
Damn
and
drugs.
We liked it. And then we watched Better Call Saul. And,
I haven't watched that
and
yet.
she's like, there's so much I don't remember, and then your memory starts blending them together. Like, was that in Saul? Was that in Breaking Bad? So we watched Breaking Bad again. And then a friend of ours who lives out of state came up and stayed with us for a month, and he had never seen Breaking Bad. And I'm like, bro, you need to watch this. And he actually wasn't all that impressed. That was his takeaway. He's like, it was just a little bit too slow.
Yeah.
But like, it's slow and then it ramps up real quick and then it's slow for a bit and then it has those spikes.
That's why I stopped watching The Walking Dead, because it would take half a season.
Plus it's way too long.
Yeah.
I never got into The Walking Dead.
I got hooked on like the second episode and I watched it and I stopped watching it, and everyone listening, all 3 of you is going to criticize me. I don't care. I stopped when Negan became a character. Because I just hated him so damn much.
I think that's the point of Negan, though.
You were supposed to.
Oh,
so apparently now, and I haven't watched. I watched up to Negan.
No. Yeah.
But now there's some girl that's 10 times worse than Negan.
Is she hot though?
I don't know.
I'd watch that.
They have this thing called the internet where you can find attractive people that
I know.
with clothes or without clothes. It doesn't matter.
It's true. That's true. My uncle, wonderful guy, great storyteller. He'd probably have a lot of fun on this.
Doesn't have anything to do with the van, does it?
Anyway, so you really, really threw me off there. I actually literally forgot where that story was going.
Probably something about clothes or no clothes.
No.
Your uncle.
No.
Finding attractive women on the internet.
Oh, thank you. He said he's the guy. He's so technology dumb that he's the only guy who couldn't find porn on the internet. And I'm like, you don't have to be good at the internet. You're going to find it whether you want it or not.
Yeah, you just randomly scroll through Facebook ads, and every now and then something pops up.
Speaking, you said clothes, and that brought up another memory of him. So my high school graduation
Do we need to
party.
Hear this story?
Oh yes,
Is
this
this
story's
part of your therapy process.
This story's fucking great. So
We're here for you.
I was my high school graduation party. It's the middle of July. And they were coming from the west side of the state, and so I know that a couple weeks ago when we were recording last time, my aunt Kathy and David, who I'm talking about, texted me and asked how they could listen to the podcast, and I sent them the links. So hopefully they listen and he'll hear this story because it was fantastic. So on their way coming to my graduation party, it was late. They stopped at a rest stop, and he goes in to use the bathroom, and very specifically, he's like wearing red shorts and a white shirt, and goes in to use the bathroom. He chews, so he spits out his chew in the sink or whatever, and like heads out. And this dude approaches him, a plainclothes police officer, and arrests him. And throws him basically in the broom closet of this rest stop.
The hell?
Claiming that he went in the bathroom and made sexual advances towards an undercover officer. They had a sting operation at this rest area trying to arrest people who were, offering anonymous sex at rest areas, apparently. And he's just losing his mind and screaming at him and fuck you, it's bullshit, blah, blah. And he's ex-Marine, old guy, mustache and whatnot. And so at this point, my aunt and my cousins are like, what the fuck's going on? Like, what's going on here? And then the police officer tells them like, oh, he offered sex to an undercover agent. And they're like, no, he fucking did. No, he didn't. Fuck you. Like, no, that didn't happen. And so eventually, they kind of get the story straight, and the officer says a man fitting your description wearing red shorts and a white shirt made an advance at this officer. It wasn't my uncle. And they decided, based on his story, they determined that he was telling the truth because he said, after he, went to the bathroom, went and washed his hands and spit out his chew. And they decided that the police, their reasoning for absolving him of this crime was that, gay dudes usually don't chew. So no self-respecting gay man would, chewing tobacco. Like, come on.
Wow.
And so they let him go.
Wow.
And that was their reasoning. And I'm like, that's some sound fucking reasoning. This is 2004, so 20 years ago is a totally different world.
I have 2 takeaways now, so make sure you dip.
Yeah. Always dip when you go to a public rest area.
They don't have any shoes. Second one is he graduated.
I did. And I did, in fact. Yes. I am a high school graduate.
Even a failed dare.
Yeah. I'm a great example of what not to do, kids.
And he still graduated.
I did. Yeah, I took dare in 5th grade, so I think...
I don't remember what grade we did it at.
Actually, now that I say that, it wasn't 5th grade. Yeah. You're right. It was much earlier than that. It was
you had plenty of time to get messed up.
Oh, I did.
Mine would have been between 4th and 7th grade. I know that much.
I was a pretty good kid. I
irony,
we didn't have that at home.
So the dare officer, the dare officer we had actually lives in the town that I live in. As I went to school here in Richmond, I live in Memphis. The dare officer lived just down the road from me, so that was always the joke. There's Officer so-and-so. He's my dare officer.
So you're just out standing in front of the house smoking a blunt, and he rolls up on you. What did I tell you, Johnny? I told you drugs are bad. Now, pass the Dutchie to the left.
Drugs are bad, okay? I did a drugs are bad, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you do it better.
So, this beer is still good.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you take a sip of it, it's like it hits you right in the fucking brain.
14.8%. I'm on that today.
There's been a little hair on my microphone, and it keeps distracting me every time.
Stop eating it.
You're not my dad. You don't pour my cereal. You don't tie my shoes. You don't Velcro my shoes.
Eat the mic. I don't care.
What else?
Can't tell me what to do. Yeah, this is we
Well, it was
shouldn't
delicious.
have opened that second can.
Why not? It's really
Because
good.
we still have a lot of beer to drink.
Oh,
Well, this episode's almost over, so we're good.
So that means the beer just disappears, like from our
Yep.
body, and we reset. You know,
well, yeah. I mean, we only do one a week. I mean, we shouldn't be that messed up by episode 3.
we should start having a 4th episode for our Patreon fans, where it's just Johnny drunk as fuck. You can get a preview of what that's like by listening to what
22?
5 episodes ago.
Although, we're going to go back in time again because our 3rd episode is actually going to air in, a few weeks?
Yeah, I gotta start making more notes on this because we're recording out of order now.
Yeah, we're not doing very good at this.
Oh,
Yeah, the
I
3rd
think-
episode is going to be in about 3 weeks, right?
Well, if we're doing a holiday episode, yes.
it's a little more than that. There's still 5 to post. One of which is
but
our Cinco de
third one
Mayo.
is
Holiday
a special
episodes.
event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that will be in a couple weeks.
We're going to go back in time.
You should just cut out all this stuff where we're talking about plans so we look competent when people listen
Trying
to
to
us.
figure it out.
That's the funny. That's the only reason all 3 of our listeners follow.
Because we're incompetent
Yeah.
and drunks.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Well,
No, I'm sorry, extreme hobbyists.
Yeah,
we're
there you
extreme
go, there you
hobbyists.
go.
thank you. That's
None of
better.
us go to meetings. We don't have a problem.
I mean, I go to meetings sometimes, but
Well, I got
they're
plenty
usually
of
about my
problems.
job.
Not beer
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all got that.
Yeah, that was a strong ass beer though. Death's Tar. No,
need a little more?
no more.
I'll take more. Shit. I like that one.
I'm trying to save myself for other beers.
Yeah, good job.
Somebody has to be objective on this podcast.
Are you used to saving yourself?
Yeah, I took Dare.
Yeah, not by choice, though. I just can't get anyone to text me back.
I'll text you back.
Yeah, there's this new thing
You're not
called
what I'm looking for.
there's
Sorry.
this new thing called AI girlfriends. They'll talk to you forever.
Yeah, but it's not real. I want the real thing.
I mean, it's real if you think it's real. I mean, if you
I
if you
don't-
get to demigod level, I'm pretty sure. You know?
On that note, we should probably call it. What do you think? Or do we want to keep going? Because we are getting funny.
You know, I would really like other beer in my
Yeah, we
life.
should probably cut.
Okay.
You know?
Let's check out the AI girlfriends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you bring that up? Bring that up.
Later.
Hey, Jamie, bring that up.
If you didn't learn anything today, at least remember this. Beer is the answer that makes everything better.
Can't remember the question, but who cares when you have a cold one in your hand?
Remember, everybody, drink responsibly, drink high gravity.
Most importantly, drink well.
Okay, not the well. Life's too short for bad beers.
Stay frosty, my friends.